Oh gosh, I absolutely see them as business tools. I mean, these days, client expectations are that I can, get whatever I need whenever I need it from wherever. And the fact that I can take my iPhone and I can access my banking information, I mean, that being a consumer type level product, but with the ScanSnap, for example, I can scan right to Evernote, and I can have all my expense report receipts right in the cloud from my iPad, from my iPhone. When I'm back in front of my laptop, it's on my laptop, and all of that's synced up so that I'm never without my information. And as you look at firms these days that are utilizing this type of technology, if they don't implement the type of features that clients are looking for, they're going to be left behind.
So I think there's a lot to be said for making use of your downtime, especially, even this past week I've realized just personally, when you're sitting in an airport and that kind of thing, having access to all my information right from my phone really helps me make good use of that time. So instead of, what do you even do in an airport if you weren't working? So having that kind of those kind of tools to help you be more productive is definitely a plus.
It's such a rich platform that people could use in the future, and I imagine there'll be some missteps as well as big successes in the early days. We've got a mobile application coming out in June, and so we've given a lot of thought to this of what really adds to the convenience of someone when they're away from their office, information that they need on a really timely basis. And then it's not enough just to say that we've made our website where I can view it on an Android or on an Apple phone. The real question is if you created a new interface that makes it simple on this little keyboard and touching to be able to use it effectively. For example, our application runs very well on an iPad, and that would be great to use in a lot of cases. But if you were heads down doing this every day, there's nothing like a good old PC, for massive entry. So just given the flexibility for different types of positions, working with this information I think is important.
I use Bill.com to pay my bills, okay? And this is a system that you're real familiar with, but I'm a small company. I got 10 employees. So I'm a small company and I probably could pay the bills the old way. Put the bill into the system and then print it and send checks out. But then I could have done online banking, which many of us do for our personal banking. But then Bill.com comes in and says, yeah, but if you're a business, you need to do approval cycles. So a bill comes in and you need to approve it because you're the one that hired that subcontractor before I see it, and then somebody else pays it. So what they did is, again, through the cloud, they put this in there. This represents to me a real quantum leap forward in terms of my time, effort, and ability to process something that I used to have to do a lot. Okay, now what they did though is then they went mobile. So mobile is what really turns that. So I can get my phone out here and pay bills or approve bills or see what's happening. And by the way, invoices, customer receivables I can see as well. So now what does that mean? Now I can be really anywhere and I can be running my business. So again, these things to me feel so obvious, but I think what we're having trouble, we're in Los Angeles today, and I had dinner with a group of Sleater Group members a couple nights ago, and we were talking about one of the consultants had a client with a particular problem. They had vans out in the mobile vans that were selling product to retailers, sort of a wholesaler in vans, but the inventory was on the vans and they needed to drop the things off, create invoices right on the spot for the retailer, print something out. Well, so they need mobile. I mean, mobile is their whole business. And I'm thinking, wow, you just simply couldn't have done it before. It would have been all paper, double entry, writing, and then entering back at the office. Yeah, so there really are painful situations that mobile allows us to just smooth out.
Something to think of.